Iron Mike looked vulnerable for the first time, but in that very moment, everything suddenly changed.
Tyson gets nailed with a left hook. Tyson looks wobbly.
Just minutes earlier, the massive British heavyweight had crossed himself in fear. That moment shocked the crowd and carved itself into history, because before that, no one had ever made Tyson wobble. We'll return to that instant, but first, it's important to understand what brought the fighter to this state and why his path turned out to be so dramatic. Frank Bruno looked invincible, and yet, before his first meeting with Tyson, there was confusion in his eyes, as if he didn't fully grasp the kind of power the young American possessed.
He's afraid of Tyson, you can see it, but in his eyes, there's no panic, only contempt. But the moment the bell rang, Tyson rushed at him with a storm of punches. He likes to finish fights fast, in the very first round, and in a split second, Bruno goes down. In that moment, the fear he had refused to acknowledge finally breaks through. He looks toward his trainers and realizes he's not going to survive this if it continues. Still, he got back up. After recovering, he did what seemed impossible. He stunned Tyson. His punch made the legend stagger, and the world held its breath. For a brief moment, it felt like Bruno could turn the fight around. Sensing it, he rushed in to finish the job, no longer thinking about the rules. He even threw illegal shots to the back of the head, desperate to hold on to the moment. The referee stepped in, but it didn't stop Bruno. He was ready to do anything, but the illusion didn't last long. Tyson, like a beast awakened, quickly took control back. His movements became sharper, his punches more ruthless. Bruno began to lose space and hope. Tyson trapped him against the ropes, pouring on combinations. Every second under those punches erased more confidence. The crowd roared, but inside Bruno's head there was only one question: how do you survive this storm? Years passed, but the scars remained. A rematch was scheduled, yet the real battle had begun long before the bell. His trainers tried to restore his confidence, telling him that strategy mattered more than chaos. But Frank was changing. He caught himself replaying that punch in his head over and over again. His hands shook, not from cold, but from memory. When the day of the rematch arrived, the crowd gathered once more. His face showed it clearly. He had already lost the fight inside, yet he still stepped into the ring. From the first round, Tyson applied pressure. Bruno tried to resist, clinched, held on. Every time the referee separated them, something happened. A cut brow, pain in the eye. Near the end of the first round, he was close to being knocked out, and only the will not to fall kept him on his feet. In the second round, he found himself in another clinch and said words that struck a nerve with Tyson. What exactly he said remains unknown, but the result was clear. Mike exploded. He punched him in the eye and pinned him against the ropes. By the middle of the third round, the climax was inevitable. Tyson finished what he had started, and Bruno went down. That rematch cost Bruno his fighting life and his career. It didn't just end the fight, it broke him mentally, and he was never the same again.